Hey everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm going to be talking about a brand new release. Just like the subject says, I'm talking about Haircut 100, Pelican West 40th Anniversary Edition. This is the 4 CD set. Comes in like a hardcover book. Looks really wonderful. There is the album. This is an exceptional album. I don't know if you've heard anything beyond the singles Love Plus One or Favorite Shirts, but this was a band full of guys that were barely into their 20s, and they were playing this mix of, I'd say, a fusion of pop and Latin and funk and jazz, and it was just incredible. It was amazing. They were doing music just well beyond their age in terms of the arrangements and the horns and the rhythms and so much great stuff, interesting things going on. In fact, Love Plus One is a great tune. Favorite Shirts is a great tune. Fantastic Day is a great tune. Those were the 3 singles off the album. But actually, some of my favorite songs are Surprise Me Again, Snow Girl, and especially Lemon Fire Brigade. Absolutely amazing. That is my favorite Haircut 100 song off of Pelican West, Lemon Fire Brigade. I love it so much. It fills me, in fact, the whole album fills me with so much joy and happiness. This is an album that never gets old because in 1982, they were doing something that nobody else was doing. They're combining all those elements that I talked about and presenting them as great pop songs. It was music that was sort of lifted, borrowed from the past and the present and thrown together to the point where it became timeless. So when you listen to this record today, it doesn't sound like it's 40 years old. It was released in 1982. I know this is actually the 41st anniversary, but come on, it takes a while to put together a package like this. But let's go over the set real fast. Disc 1, it says the original album. It's a lie, kind of a lie, because there's actually 2 bonus tracks on there, which is their final single called Nobody's Fool, and of course the B-side to that as well. So you get the original album plus 2 bonus tracks, and then you get a whole mix of B-sides and extended mixes, and there's a live track there as well, Fantastic Day. This is all stuff that was released during the band's lifetime. Let me give you a better shot there so there's no more glare. And it's really absolutely wonderful. Now, this release is on Edsel Records. Cherry Red Records did do a 2 CD version of Pelican West a few years back. The same tracks, but a different order. So if you're happy with that, definitely hang on to it. But I recommend you getting both. I'm not going to get rid of my 2 CD edition, and I'm definitely going to hang on to this. But let's talk about Discs 3 and Disc 4. We'll talk about Disc 4 first because it's easy to talk about. It's a live performance and it's energetic. All the songs are a bit faster. There's that live excitement. They've got an audience in front of them. They're a bunch of young musicians, already just a great success in having hit records and touring. And, you can feel that energy. Now, the great thing is they start the set off with Low Rider. And they kind of do it like what Talking Heads did in Stop Making Sense. They have like the rhythm come out, Blair Cunningham on drums and I believe Mark Fox on percussion. And then each band member, enters into the fray until they're all there and they really kick into Low Rider. This is such an amazing collection here because you get to hear the band as they were back then and they're still firing on all cylinders. Wonderful, energetic. Now, Disc 3 is, a super treat for, hardcore Haircut 100 fans. They began work on their second album, and they laid down 11 tracks in the studio. Only 5 of them had completed vocals. There's another track with a guide vocal, and the rest were just the instrumental versions of the songs that Nick Hayward never added vocals to. There are the tracks right there, if you can see those. And some of those songs ended up on Nick Hayward's first solo album, because this session was never released. Nothing from this session was ever released. And of course, they snuck out on bootlegs with, inferior sound quality. But it's so fascinating to hear these songs. These aren't the final mixes. And, some of these songs may have ended up on the album. Some of them may have been B-sides, whatever. But there's 11 tracks. Like I said, 6 of them have vocals. It's amazing to hear all this unreleased material from the band. Haircut 100 did have one more album without Nick Hayward called Paint and Paint that came out on Cherry Red. Absolutely incredible album. I don't care what anybody tells you. It is great. And then Nick Hayward had his solo career. North of a Miracle was his debut album. Like I said, some of the songs like Whistle Down the Wind made it onto that album. Hearing them here on this special 4 CD package is a real absolute treat. Now, let me show you on the inside here real fast. It does have a booklet, with a lot of information and interviews with all the members, because they are all still with us, thankfully. It also has the 4 CD. Now, the cool thing about it is, so all the CDs are color coordinated, as you can see there. I haven't read the booklet because I just got the CD today, but I wanted to show it to you real fast. I skimmed through the contents of the CDs, and they sound great. Of course, people out there are always going to find something to complain about it. I don't have anything to complain about. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing I did notice here that I wanted to bring up, there's a song on Pelican West. Through all the versions that I've ever had, I've had it on LP and like 2 or 3 different CDs, because each time they would reissue one that was updated with more tracks, I'd buy that. And I had it on cassette, I think probably at one point, because I got it for my Walkman. But there's a song called Baked Bean. Yet if you can see here on this new version, it's called Baked Beans, plural. And even on the live disc, it's listed as Baked Beans. Now, I haven't read the booklet yet. It might explain that Baked Bean was a mistake, and it was always supposed to be Baked Beans, plural. But I'm not sure, because on the live CD, it sounds like he actually introduces the song as Baked Beans. And I never thought that I'd ever make a video on YouTube where I'd be talking about baked beans. But here we are. But anyway, if you had pre-ordered this, it said that you were going to get an autographed print. Now, I guess they didn't state what size print you were going to get, but you do get a card that is autographed by all 6 original members. That's right, Nick Hayward, Les Nemish, Graham Jones, Phil Smith, Blair Cunningham, and Mark Fox. Absolutely cool. I didn't think that I'd ever get an autograph featuring all the original members of Haircut 100, but here we are again. Anyway, that is it. I don't know if you're planning to get this. I believe that there's, a vinyl version of this exact thing. There's probably like a double vinyl version and maybe a single CD version, double CD version. I don't know. All I know is that I have this. And if you had pre-ordered it, and maybe there's still some versions out there, you might be able to get the autographed card, but that doesn't come in just the regular version you buy off the shelf. But everything else that I showed you does. And definitely check this out, because this is one hell of an album. Fantastic, brings back great memories, but it also still sounds fresh and exciting, as I stated earlier. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, to ring that bell for future notifications. And remember me, I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.